start streaming, and everything. So, like I said, I was gonna try and get around 5 or 6, but something did come up for today around 5 to 6, which I can't share. But you know, I'm still around the time. I'm late though, and I'm sorry for all the people that watch live, which nobody really watches live right now, so I guess it really doesn't matter. It's more so for the playback people. Noob Saibot wins. So, yeah. God. I got the hiccups from hell. But we're doing some Noob Saibot gameplay, and it's probably all I'm gonna do. Is just do some Noob Saibot gameplay and potentially more of his tower. So yeah, but we're gonna try and get through this Jade Tower real quick to get the cosmetic items as well as some of her gear pieces, because we still do need a lot of gear pieces for a lot of our different characters. So we're gonna be also doing that as well.
You are nothing like YBA.
You flatter, Scorpion.
Only a fool would think so.
Round 1, fight.
As always, I am watching the comments and the live chat. You know, so if you do start watching, go ahead, post on the chat, and I'll see it. Ever since NetherRealms actually sent out the patch to better stabilize the Towers of Time, Towers of Time has been a lot more fun to play and just easier to do overall, but it's not like it's completely just, you know, easy as balls now. I mean, there still is challenge with a lot of the towers, so you know, consumable usage is still, you know, a recommended thing for some towers and some fights, but it's not like, you know, a must-have thing now. So it's very nice as compared to what it used to be before patch. I also have to say that the crypt changes for the currency and everything, I actually really love those, because you're in hearts a lot faster now. So now the Shao Kahn chests and the Hell Scorpion chests, I don't really know the name for them, but you know, you have to use Scorpion's chain in order to unlock them, in order to open them with your hearts. Those are a lot more obtainable. The only thing that's still a real challenge to actually get are the soul fragments, and for one of the pieces inside the crypt to get to the next area, you need Shinnok's amulet, in which you have to have 10,000 soul fragments to open the soul pod that contains the thing you need to start obtaining his amulet, and then you need like another 1,500 to use at the forge and actually forge his amulet. So yeah, you do just a little bit with soul fragments. So yes, it's not completely easy to get through the crypt and buy everything, but it is a lot easier than what it used to be. So I very much enjoy that. And also, if anybody didn't know, they did end up patching the glitch to where if you hold X while going into the crypt, and then you go over to the head monuments right in front of the warrior shrine, where you place the heads and you get gear and stuff. They patched that out, so you can no longer get those for free. You now have to do the challenges. But to me, it seems like the challenges have been updated in a sense to where they're easier to get now, because I've been getting heads left and right after doing the glitch. Yes, I did end up doing the glitch because it's like I don't feel like grinding out for all this shit to open up the rest of the crypt. I mean, yes, I did end up getting a lot of free cosmetics and intros and victories and everything else, but you know, I guess I was one of those lucky few that was able to do it before it was patched out, because literally an hour later, about an hour after I did it, they sent out the patch to fix it. So it was like perfect timing in the sense for me. Is like, holy shit, I almost missed out on this. But it's like, for the people that didn't get to do it or finding out about it late after the patch, I am very sorry for you. You know, it really sucks to grind for these heads. But like I said before, it does seem to be improved overall. So, by the way, I love that Cabal helm. It reminds me so much of Sword Art Online 2's Gun Gale Online fucking Death Gun's mask. It looks like almost identical, and it works so well with Cabal because in SAO, you know, when the Death Gun was the main antagonist for the second season of SAO, you know, he had the same sort of like vapor that he would blow out, you know, every once in a while. And Cabal can do the same thing as an attack and everything, or as a taunt, you know, at the end of the round if he wins. So it's really cool. It fits him like almost perfectly. Like, I don't know if that's what they were going for, but if they were, they got it so good. And I mean so good. You know, it works really well. Yeah, the only thing that would be like even like more like cool and coincidental is, you know, maybe for like an update after the fact, they gave Cabal a costume that was a lot like, you know, Death Gun's costume. So that would be even more like, holy shit, like they know what they're doing with this game. You know, they even have a Monty Python Easter egg tour, you know, for the rabbit in Monty Python, to where they go, that rabbit's ballistic, you know. And so they even got a little Easter egg for Monty Python in here. And so, you know, they got a lot of little Easter eggs and little stuff like that, and little, you know, like, hey, you know, we know about these things as well. And now I don't, like I said before, I don't know if they know about SAO's Death Gun or if it was just a coincidence. But I don't think it was a coincidence, because it works too well. It looks almost identical to Mask. And they both, you know, have the same vapor effect, you know. So it's like, no, it's too coincidental. It has to be done on purpose. It would have had to have been done on purpose. But that's just me, you know. That's just me. So I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, I think they know. Also, if anybody hasn't heard, I don't want to get anybody's hopes up for Bleach or anything like that, but Bleach has been rumored to be getting another season to it. So that's really fucking dope for all the Bleach fans that potentially watch the videos and streams and the, you know, after streams and everything. If you like Bleach, that's amazing for all us Bleach fans, because Bleach is a really good anime, you know. I would say it's even potentially a little bit better than Naruto, just because it's a little bit faster with its pacing. Naruto can get really slow in its story sometimes, so it's like, yeah. And Bleach has always been pretty consistent with its storytelling and its plots and everything. You know, they're pretty quick and they get to the points and everything. They don't really drag out fights too much. So that's why I personally think Bleach is just a little bit better than Naruto in the sense of that. But I would say Naruto is better in the essence of an anime, as, you know, they got so much more story in the whole entire anime than Bleach. I mean, Bleach does have a lot of story and everything, but there's a whole lot of plot points and everything that couldn't be explored in the actual anime that are only explored in the manga. But hopefully with this new season that's going to be added to Bleach, It also will allow them to then now fully explore the rest of the plot lines that weren't explored. So that's what I'm hoping, at least, because it would be really cool to see Ichigo in the anime go to the Soul King and everything. You know, become the Soul King in a sense, because in the manga it's kind of alluded to that he kind of becomes like the Soul King in a sense. It's weird. Also, if you watch the streams live and or you watch them after the fact, put down in the chat and or in the comments what character of yours in Mortal Kombat you think either A, looks the coolest, or, you know, has the best fighting styles, or, you know, has the coolest special moves, or you just like in general, you know? And because that'll help me, you know, let me know what characters to play besides the ones I like to use and everything else, because there are certain characters in this game that I really don't care for just because they look terrible. Like the Collector, don't like him because he looks terrible. Devora, I've always hated since Mk11. I think she's always looked terrible. I hate her for that fact alone. So you may never see Devora gameplay. You may never, but that's because I don't like the way she looks. I can't stare. I can't look at her. She's no. Just no. Oh, I like this outfit on Liu Kang here. Kind of reminds me of like a little bit of Dragon Ball Z Goku potentially, you know. And spoilers for the story, Liu Kang does become kind of like a god, so you know, sort of like Goku Super Saiyan God, you know. They didn't intend on that to be, you know, a Dragon Ball Z reference. It's just color scheme. But it's like, hey, that'd be, you know, kind of cool, you know, if they like sort of low-key put that in there, you know, for fans to low-key realize, hey, this is, you know, Liu Kang's kind of like a Super Saiyan, and not actually a Saiyan at all, or Super Saiyan, because they don't use any of the same abilities, but that's besides the point, you know. Probably just, you know, reaching at straws there, grabbing at straws, you know. Am I right, boys? I don't like a lot of Baraka's headgear. A lot of Baraka's headgear looks stupid. Straight up. That looks stupid. Even on a normal human, that would look stupid. But on Baraka, it looks even more stupid because he doesn't have normal lips or anything like that, or normal face. He has just big gnashing teeth. There's a lot of character designs in Mk11 that look absolutely amazing. You know, they brought some of the classic and new together and made some really cool looking characters. So like Noob Saibot, for example. All of his stuff looks pretty cool, pretty like a good mixture between classic and new. Like the Kilgore helmets. They look pretty nice. You know, I mean, they look a little wonky, but you know, for the most part, they look pretty cool. Sort of got also like, you know, some classic knight style helmets in a sense, where you got like chainmail coming down the front. After this tower, I'll go into his sort of customization area and show off a little bit of, you know, some of the helmets that look nice, that are new, and then I'll, you know, show his original helmet that, you know, looks identical to his original helmet, you know. So they got something for the fans, for every type of fan, you know. If you don't really like the original Noob Saibot skin, you know, styles, they got new stuff to make him look like an edgelord, even more so than he already did. Noob Bihan, let's be honest here, it's Bihan. Bihan's always been an edgelord, dude. He's always been an edgelord since the day one of he was born as Noob Saibot edgelord. When he was Sub-Zero, not so much. He wasn't really an edgelord. But as soon as fucking Scorpion ripped his, you know, spine out, all bets are off. Ooh, a Noob Saibot. Where's Noob Saibot?
My own shadow defies me. You are not the original Bihan, but I am the deadliest.
Round 1.
Ooh. I like how it is implied that, you know, all of Noob, or sorry, all of Bihan is a shadow now. He is just darkness in general. So it's like, but how does he have a skeleton and, you know, a system and networks of neurons and blood vessels and veins and everything if he's a shadow? What? I mean, it's just me though. I don't think... I wish I had that mask. You have, it's cool. I main Noob also. Oh! You see, I don't really main Noob. I'm just sort of using him, you know, to get away from some of the other characters I've been using. So, yeah, no, I don't main Noob. Trust me, I don't main Noob at all. I'm sure you, as a Noob man, could probably kick my ass dead to rights. You know, because I don't play online personally. That's not me. I don't play online personally. But I mean, if you play online, that's great. You know, I hope you enjoy it. But yeah, no, me personally, I don't play online. But yeah, no, I actually got this mask, I think, from the 25 grand chest in Shang Tsung's temple, his shrine room. I think that's where I got the helmet from. Don't quote me on that. It could be just a random drop in one of the chests, but I'm pretty sure that's where I got it from. So, but thank you for commenting. Overpowered edit. You know, you're like one of my first viewers ever. So it's kind of cool to see, you know, viewers and chatters and everything. So, am I doing, you know, would you say good with Noob overpower? Or am I doing bad?
Netherrealm can have you.
It also has your friend Smoke.
Do not speak of my friends.
That's the greatest, fucking, one of the greatest, I should say, between Sub-Zero and Noob. It's when he brings up Smoke. It's like low-key. Yeah, it hits him right in the feels. Hits, you know, hits Kuai Liang right in the feels. So I am doing good. Alright. But I think this is probably much the setup like that everybody uses that plays Noob. I sort of just like tried to remember the special moves I saw that other people were using with Noob, and so I tried to build them sort of like that, because it seemed like that worked the best overall for Noob in general. I mean, what do you use on your Noob for special moves? Do you use like the Ghost Ball or, you know, the fast projectile? I think pretty much every Noob uses the teleport the advanced teleport, as well as shadow slide or shadow throw. Some form of shadow play is in there, but I think I got like sort of like the basic Noob in a sense. But thank you for watching again, man. I'm glad I'm not completely boring. How much time we got? 23 minutes and 10 seconds. We just gotta fight Jade. Yeah, no problem. We got this in more than enough time.
Noob Saibot.
I use the advanced teleport and the scythe, and I think it's called shadow tackle. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what everybody else uses. I use the fast projectile just because the scythe, for me personally, is a little bit hard to get off. But the fast projectile is pretty easy to get off. I just forget about it a lot. But yeah, no, don't consider me a noob main or anything like that. I just have had a little bit of practice with him. You know, I haven't done really much with him. Because I'm sure there's probably so many more combos that I could be using with noob that you probably could point out that I'm not going to use or just can't use because they're probably just a little bit too hard for me personally to activate. So I still need to get Shao Kahn because people say he's OP. I mean, I played against. Okay, I'm lied. I played against one person in online because I played like maybe 3 or 4 total matches of online, and after that I was like, nah, this isn't for me. Because like every person I sort of ran into was like OP class with their character that they're playing. But the Shao Kahn I was using, he was good, but I feel like if you have somebody like yourself who's a noob main, you could totally take out a Shao Kahn easily, just because he has certain moves, and when I mean certain moves, I mean a lot of his moveset is on the relatively slower side compared to some of the most of the characters in the game. But he does have very fast moves, because I have used Shao Kahn, obviously, since I have his background and everything. But I've used him offline. I think I've used him like a few times playing against friends in lobbies. That's private match. And it's like, it seems like he's a little bit too slow because, especially going against like somebody who plays Collector. Shao Kahn I think is just maybe a little bit too slow unless you're like perfect with him and know all of his combos that chain together extremely well, to where the slowness of those combos you really can't get abused on too easily. And I think that's what kind of happened with the one Shao Kahn I faced online, was he knew how to play Shao Kahn and strain everything together to where I couldn't abuse him on his slow chains. So yes, I mean, you should get Shao Kahn because Shao Kahn's just fun in general, but I mean, I'm not really the person to say he's OP or not. From my time playing against him and using him against people who, practice with like one character and are really good with that character. I mean, me personally, I don't know if I can say he's OP or not. So I think this is one of those things where you're gonna have to get him and then make the judgment for yourself if he's OP, or you could play against friends who have him or something like that. If you're playing on PlayStation, you could also do share play. And do it that way, and maybe try and play with them a little bit there, because I think you can do that through share plays. Play Shao Kahn. By the way, I low-key love the kind of money grab that they have in the store here for Frost. I mean, it does say in her description that you can get her through chapter 4, but it's like people who don't read the description are just gonna get like totally like cucked out of money because they didn't read the description and they just thought, oh, I have to buy Frost. So I'm gonna say here and now, if you ever come across this channel, the streams, or these videos in playback form, you do not have to buy Frost. You can get her through chapter 4. Playing the story in this game is not hard in any way, because like 2 or 3 of the chapters you get to choose between 2 different fighters, so it's like the story in this game isn't hard at all. I noticed that my mask can be outfitted with gems now, so I'm gonna quickly go over there. Hell's Knight, that's the name of this mask. I forgot what the name of the mask was. I thought it was called Kilgore. No, that's the un-neon lighted version of Hell's Knight. But yeah, I believe, like I said before, I believe I got Hell's Knight through Shang Tsung's throne room. So, mask. Sickle Snag. Experience. Shadow Slide. So we want that. So we want Nether Flame and Dragon Blood on our sockets. I don't know if they're gonna add Joker or not. You know, I mean, it would be pretty cool to add a Joker. I mean, because it is NetherRealms, and they do work on the Injustice series, so they do have technical, rights to all of the Injustice style characters, as well as probably potentially all the DLC not DLC, DC characters. So yeah, I mean, it would be pretty cool to see some DC characters cross over into Mk11, sort of like how Sub-Zero and Raiden kind of crossed over in Injustice 2. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Joker being in the game. I think he'd be pretty fun to play, not gonna lie. It was in the Nintendo Switch data mine with Spawn and Fujin and Sindel. Ooh, Spawn! Ooh, boy! Ooh, I hope they had Spawn. I love Spawn. Spawn's one of my top favorites in the Marvel universe. But Fujin's pretty cool. So is Sindel. I never really played him much in the older Mortal Kombats, but I did play them a little bit, and I thought they were both pretty cool. So yeah, I think a lot of people would really love to have Sindel and Fujin back. I think a lot of people would probably rather have, if they had to choose between Fujin and Sindel probably more. For returning Mortal Kombat characters. Now for DLC characters that are, never from Mortal Kombat, like Spawn and, Joker, I think that people would just go wild over, Joker, Spawn, pretty much any of the DC characters coming into Mortal Kombat. Like they take some of the most played characters from Injustice and then bring them over here. I think that'd be pretty cool, because it is well within their power to do so. But yeah, no, Spawn would be pretty dope AF. I hope to bring back Nightwolf, because I actually really liked Nightwolf in the older games and Mk9. I really liked Nightwolf. I didn't main him or anything, but when I did play him, I thought he was really fun to play, so I hope they actually do bring back Nightwolf, because I know there was a lot of people that really enjoyed Nightwolf as a character, But I think the character roster that we got to launch the game, I think is pretty damn great. They brought back a lot of the characters that we haven't seen in a while. And a lot of favorites that people wanted to see in this game, right off the bat. Now they did take some design choices with like characters like Frost, which nobody really cares for, but it's like, it further progresses her character in a sense by making her cyberized. It's like, if you're gonna make Frost cyberized, at least make her full cyberized and not partially cyberized, and there's part of me that hopes that they kind of add in a skin later that gives her human body back. Because I'm fine with the cyberization and all, but I'd rather have her human skin, her human body back. I character that I find fun and don't know how to play is Sonya. I'm still trying to learn her. Yeah, Sonya, when I used her in the story for MK11, she was pretty solid, even with the limitation of not being able to use her Sonic Blast and everything. So I thought she was pretty fun to use in the story. But I haven't taken the time to use her just because I feel like she was going to be one of those more popular characters. Oh yes, see, you agree with me, Overpower. A Frost skin would be cool. It's like, the cyberization's cool and all, but it's like it's not Frost. You know, every time we've seen Frost, she has never really gave out the intentions of wanting to be cyberized and everything. But it's like, you know, in the story for Mk11, Kronika made her this offer, you know, that cyberization would, you know, lead her to have more power and be able to take down, you know, all the people she hates, like, you know, Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and everybody else. So it's like, you know, maybe she, you know, never had the thought of becoming cyberized, but she did it to get the power to potentially take down Kuai Liang and Hanzo. Or Sub-Zero and Scorpion, for the people that still only know them by those names. Can I get the role I want, please? I mean, I have the money to just keep rolling all day, but it's like, I'm sure people don't want to see me just sit here and, you know, keep rolling for the same fucking thing. I want blood and fire. You keep giving me blood and or fire. I want both. Stop this. I'll put back on Noob's original. I'll put back on the Noob helmet. I don't care. I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't make me do it. Hell's Night. I like you. You're a nice helmet. Trust me. Oh, yeah. That was so bullshit in the story. It's like, dude, really? You're gonna kill off Hanzo by Devora? And in a shitty way, too, by poisoning him? You're not even gonna give him, like, a warrior's death? You cunts. I hated that. I mean, but it's like, we did get, you know, we did get Revenant Scorpion back, and now we had to go through his whole entire arc again, but in a faster way, because his future self talked his older self into, you know, letting go of his rage against Sub-Zero, but that's besides the point. Let's just kill off, you know, one of the main story arc characters in our game, and in a shitty way at that too, because that'll really make fans happy, especially the fans that really like Scorpion or Hanzo, you know. Towers of Time. I guess we'll get some more gear for other characters. Oh, it's only one. It's only one person. All right, that's
Noob Saibot.
doable. Bam. We'll go with the recommended one, and then we'll also go with a stunner to start with. Or should I go with a healing? Falling bombs, energy 4. It's fire 2 and energy 1. So do we do the stun? Because it's on Jax, which is also on hard. It would be cool if he died saving Sub-Zero or his younger self. I mean, he kind of died in a way of saving his younger self, in a sense, but he didn't. Not in the way you're probably wanting him to have died. But yeah, I totally agree with you. It would have been a lot nicer of a death for Hanzo / Scorpion if he were to die protecting, you know, somebody like Sub-Zero, who he became friends with and used to hate almost his whole entire damn life. Or his younger self, you know, so that way he still has a chance to start again, you know. And by seeing his younger self sacrifice, make the sacrifice, you know, maybe that would, you know, further emphasize to the older Scorpion, the older Hanzo, who still has all the rage and, you know, he's still Revenant and everything, to further let go of that vengeance and rage against Sub-Zero and Quan Chi, if he knew about it, which I don't think he knew about yet, when he was brought to Hanzo's timeline. I don't think that Scorpion knew of Quan Chi's deception, so it would just literally be against Sub-Zero his vengeance. So, but yeah, no, I totally agree with you that it would have been a lot better death if he were to die, you know, saving Sub-Zero or his younger self. Totally agree.
Fatality. Noob Saibot wins.
But we only don't get what we want, you know, they're gonna make decisions and creative choices. But that's just, you know, how the cookie crumbles. Also, there's been a lot of fucking flack about, you know, Jax's ending, you know, in the classic tower or whenever you fight Kronika. You know, about how it's, you know, SJW all over the place. It's like, you know, if they want to, you know, have Jax and everything do that, I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't care, because it doesn't change how the game plays or how we think of the character or anything like that. I mean, it's Jax. He's always been a kind-hearted soul to the very end. So if he got the power to change history, of course he's going to do something like stop slavery. I mean, that's just what Jax would do. People, I think, just whine too much. Oh yeah, I think it would be really cool if they added tournament skins like Injustice, or the God skins from Injustice 2, to where, you know, they had the glowing eyes and shit, you know. Because I mean, they kind of already have one. No, they actually already do have one for Liu Kang. You know, the fucking Thunder God skin for him. So it's like, yeah, they could definitely do those skins and make it work in the sense of, you know, either they got Raiden's God powers, or they got Kronika's, you know, time keep God powers, and so that gives them distinct features that potentially, you know, make them godly in a sense, you know, like they have the glowing eyes, or they have, you know, some sort of what we would consider war paint, in a sense, that glows across their body or something. So they could definitely do it, but I think they're just probably going to hold off until later into the game cycle, so that way, you know, it's just not there. And also that allows them to add, you know, characters potentially from the DC universe, from Injustice to Mk11, and, you know, maybe that would better help tie in the godly status skins that, you know, the characters potentially get. But, you know, I totally agree with you. I think the tournament skins would be pretty cool to have, because I remember in MKX when Scorpion got his tournament skin back yet again from the first Injustice. I thought it looked pretty cool, personally. I mean, I know some people really didn't care for it, but personally I thought it was pretty cool. We're gonna probably start farming. What do I need? I need uppercuts and throws. Alright. Classic tower. No, I don't need to do anything now. They said you get God, Liu Kang, and Towers of Time getting 230 in the Gauntlet. Yeah, I was wondering how you get those Thunder God, Liu Kang skins, because I thought personally that those are his coolest skins he has.
Noob Saibot.
So yeah. So we should be farming here real quick for the uppercuts and throws, and then we're gonna go over to Noob's personal tower and finish up those last two sections. I've just been neglecting to farm them.
You were the
Well,
first
that's how Kaboo Sexpo got it? What?
It vastly improves
Oh,
the
Caboose XPL. Well, I mean, I have no doubt that you get one from Towers of Time. You could potentially get one from the Gauntlet, because both those can't be potentially hard. You know, the reason why I say potentially hard is because Towers of Time is a lot easier than it used to be, so it's not as hard. So I say potentially hard. And then for the Gauntlet, yeah, no, that's hard. The Gauntlet is hard to do and be able to get through all 30. I've attempted it once, and you know, it gets challenging at the very end. So.
Noob Saibot wins.
It's always fun farming for these challenges in the personal towers. I mean, it's so much fun. I hate to waste time by going to classic towers and setting the shit on easy, and then just, you know, doing uppercuts and throws for this beginning stuff. It's real fun, you know.
Being a
I
ghost
think that
must
just
be
challenges
lonely.
are annoying. I mean,
Round one.
I don't think you should really have to. I don't think you should need them personally, but I guess it's, you know, to sort of keep people from just being able to get everything really easy for these characters, because you do get a good bit of gear from these personal towers and skins as well. So it's like, yeah, I can understand why there's these challenge tiers. It's just so everybody can't get everything right away. You know, you gotta put a little bit of work in.
Round two. Fight.
I think I'm on stage 4 with Shao Kahn for the personal towers. Oh shit. I hate that they have Sector in the story and we can't play them. Yeah, they did say in, you know, before Mk11 launched that there wouldn't be any NPC characters that were like characters like Sector and everything that you couldn't play. And so, you know, the fact that you can't play Sector, but he's an NPC, that kind of, you know, makes them look like hypocrites. But maybe Sector's one of those characters that's going to come out later as a combat pack character, you know. So I mean, that way they wouldn't look like hypocrites. But as of right now, they look like hypocrites because they did say that they wouldn't have any NPC characters that were once playable characters, you know, that you couldn't play in Mk11. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, but whenever I use Sector in the older games, like, and everything, I thought it was pretty fun. Again, I never main Sector, because I really never cared for any of the Cyberpunk way.
Round one.
I was more of a Scorpion type of guy back in the day. But as the newer games came out, like Mk9, MKX, and obviously Mk11, I've changed my character preferences, and so especially with Mk11, because yes, I have played like 166 matches of Scorpion, but my most played characters are Shao Kahn and Frost, and Frost has like 200 or 300 something matches. I know Shao Kahn has like 400 to 500 something matches. So I mean, compared to Scorpion compared to them, it's like, yeah, no. I really don't use them all that much. I mean, that's just me personally.
Noob Saibot wins.
I remember back in MKX when Cassie Cage was first introduced, she was a pretty good character to play as. She was pretty fun overall. I mean, she's still fun in this game, but, you know, like, you don't have the tackle without amplifying, which I think is kind of, you know, it's like gay in a sense. It's like, come on, man, that was like one of the most fun moves to do. But you know, you kind of get paid. You know, you kind of get a little bit of a payoff from her tackle in MK11 from it being amplified by her just bashing the fucking face in. It's fucking hilarious.
Round one. Fight.
I fucking love these Mortal Kombat games just because it's hilarious to watch the brutality happen. Especially with a character like Shao Kahn. His brutalities are fucking hilarious. Because they're like over the top in every way. I mean, yeah, there's some in playback yesterday, and in a live stream yesterday of when I played Shao Kahn. There's some of the brutalities in there. I just love his brutalities. They're so good, and his fatalities are pretty good as well. His first one I like a lot more than his second one. His first one's called Out the Back, and I think his second one is like you know, through the middle or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, no. The fatalities in this game are hella fucking good, and the brutalities are even better. Brutalities are a lot easier to do in this game too than they were in MKX. Yeah, see, you like old Cassie better. I like old Cassie better. Let's bring old Cassie back. Let's petition for old Cassie to come back. We need old Cassie back. We need her movesets back. That'd be pretty fucking hilarious, though. They bring back old Cassie as one of the combat pack characters. That'd be pretty legit. But it'd also be pretty stupid on their part because it'd be like they have two Cassies. So probably wouldn't be the smartest thing to do.
Fight.
I probably have enough. Fighting Chronoco's annoying. It's not hard, it's annoying. Let's go over to our career stats. Yeah, I played 547 games with Shao Kahn, 352 with Frost, and 166 with Scorpion. So, those are my 3 most played characters. You don't like it? I'm sorry. Towers of Time. It's about that time. And yes, again I say, like I said in the first stream, I do vape. So if you hear, you know, what sounds like a sucking sound, that's not me sucking dick. That's me vaping. Trust me, I have a girlfriend, even though I am bisexual. Trust me.
Noob Saibot.
Are we? Hold on. Is this the right? Okay, it is.
Noob Saibot.
And thank you, Overpower, by the way, for not being a troll.
If true,
It's very much appreciated.
Round one. Fight.
I just want some cool gear for noob, and I'll never do Towers of Time or Crypt unless they add another cool skin or item. Well, I mean, Towers of Time has become a lot easier, like I said, and the Crypt has become a lot more fortunate to the players because you get a lot more currency besides soul shards. They're so really hard to get, and I mean really hard to get. But yet, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like if you don't have a cool skin, helmet, you know, gear piece, you know, a sickle, or his shadow belt, can't remember the exact name of it. You know, I feel the same way with you do with like Shao Kahn. It's like, hey, get a really cool skin, I won't ask for anything ever again. You know, I'll just take what I get after that point. You know, so I've been in your shoes before, man. Don't worry, the skin and gear will come your way. I promise. Overpower, they will come your way for sure. So I'm looking at the stream time on the stream, and I wanted to stream for about an hour today. I want to try and keep the streams to about an hour. Eventually I will try and stretch them out even more, but since I'm starting out on YouTube and live streaming and everything, I'm going to try and keep them around an hour-ish. You know, I think that's a pretty good time to hit. You know, you get good amount of gameplay, good amount of time of me stumbling my words and sounding like a fucking retard. So, you know, I think it's a win-win. But yeah, no, so like I said before, since I'm starting out, I want to make them short so that way I can potentially upload more and more each day, and then eventually I will stretch them out to even more, you know, even greater length. And you only have 4 noob skins? How the fuck do you only have 4 noob skins? Do you play Towers of Time and everything? Do you go to the crypt? Because I think I have, 10 or more noob skins. I think I have like 10 or more skins for each character, actually. And that's because I just go to I play Towers of Time and I go to the crypt and I open all the chests I can. But I'm at a point now to where I've opened up pretty much every chest I can, and so now I'm going through Chronica's time reversal things on the wall, and I'm resetting chests now. Because like I said before, you get a shit ton of money now. Now the Shao Kahn and Scorpion chests, I'm still missing a few of those. So the hearts, they are a lot easier to get now, but you still gotta work for the, you know, those chests. Now for regular chests, like I said before, you get a lot of coin, so you can open those really easily now. So yeah, if you want to, what I would do is, for you personally, I'd save up to like 1,000,000 coin or something like that, and then go in there and just buy all the really expensive chests, you know, like all the way down to 10,000 all the way up to 15,000, and there are 20,000 to 25,000 chests in there too, but they're usually behind. There's the 15 to 20,000s are behind Raiden's Thunder door down over in Goro's lair. You need a skeleton key to get to it, and the other ones that are like the 25,000 are in Shang Tsung's throne room. Barely, because I love competition and competitive play online. I see. Maybe you need to take a break, you know, from all that fun stuff and go play Towers of Time and do the crypts, you know? That's just me. If I want more skins for something, I'll, you know, I guess I'm gonna go do that instead of doing the competitive play and all that, you know, because I think I could take a, you know, a break from it for a little bit to go get those skins. I want to get them mad gear pieces and skins for them characters, so I will even more fly when I'm beating your ass. when you're beating their ass, you know. So it's like, it's one of those things where you just gotta choose to be between what you want to do and what you want, you know. And so if you really want more skins for Noob, the best way to get them is playing Towers of Time whenever you see a Noob related tower up, or play his personal towers. So his personal towers will give you more skins and gear, guaranteed. You know? So if you really want them skins overpower, then that's the way to do it. Go to the crypt, spend your coin and your hearts and your soul fragments if you want to spend them, and play Towers of Time with Noob related towers, to where you get Noob related rewards, obviously, and then play his personal towers, which will cost you some coin, but it's giving you guaranteed gear and skins for that character of what you're doing. So those are literally the best ways to get skins fast for your characters, as well as intros, taunts, fatalities, brutalities, backgrounds, and everything else.
You're the black hole of comedy.
So if you really want that stuff, you just gotta do it, How do I get the player B card like you have for Shao Kahn? I want one for Noob. Are you talking about the text? The background card for the text? Because if you're talking about the background card for the text, I believe you have to get to the 3rd stage of the character's personal tower. I mean, at least that's how I got mine for Shao Kahn, is I got mine, my personal background card that has Shao Kahn's name written in letters and everything, by playing the stage 3 personal tower for the character. So but if you're talking about, like, the sort of, I guess you'd call them emblems, like other games, the ones that just show the character, you just get those through, winning matches with the character, doing fatalities with the character, doing brutalities with the character, I'm just playing with the character. Yes, I'm talking about the background card for the text. Yeah, I believe you have to go through the personal towers for the character, like what I'm doing now for Noob. You have to go to the upper left hand corner to where you can summon a tower for a character, and you have to get through the first 2 stages and then beat the 3rd stage, and I believe that's when you'll get the personal text background for the character that says their name. Because like I said before, that's how I got mine for Shao Kahn, so I'm assuming that's the way all the characters are. Because yes, for the longest time, when I would look at the race against me tower list, I would see pretty much always the top players, majority of them had the text backgrounds with the characters' names, and so I'm going to put money on it and say that's where you get those player cards. The background cards. That's where you get them from, is the stage 3 tower for each character. You at least get them from the personal towers at the very least, but I'm going to say stage 3 for each character, because as you go up in stages, the requirements become different and more hard to do and obtain. So like this first stage for Noob, you have to get 25 uppercuts and 25 throws. The next one will most likely be you have to get 75 fatalities and 75 brutalities with the with Noob, because that's the way it's been with Frost and Shao Kahn. And then for the 3rd tower, I can't remember exactly what you have to do. I think it's spill 10,000 pints of blood with the character, and get 25 crushing blows. Don't quote me on that. And then for the 4th one, I just recently unlocked that for Shao Kahn. So, but I know it was really fucking hard, because it, I think you have to get like 25 crushing blows, you have to spill a shit ton more blood, you have to get like a shit ton more fatalities, and you have to get a shit ton more brutalities or some shit like that. It's just really hard stuff that's going to be tedious, and when I say hard, not like hard, like it's tedious. You have to spend a lot of extra time doing it for no reason. I'm gonna start streaming Mk11 because I play Fighter Z a lot. Hey, if you want to stream Mk11, go ahead, man. Give it a try. Give it a shot. I mean, I started streaming on a whim, you know. Like people have told me, and I'm gonna tell you now, it's slow. It's really slow. You're my first viewer, in fact, so my first live viewer, I should say. So yeah, it's slow. You just gotta keep going. You gotta keep at it. And you'll get through it. See, so now I need 75, not 75, but 25 total throws with Noob, and you can only complete these challenges once they've been issued to you. So as soon as you get to, like, let's say stage 1 for Noob, that's when you will start being able to do the throw challenge and the uppercut challenge for these final 2 towers, and that's the only time it'll actually complete. But on another note, it's been an hour of streaming, so like I said before, I want to try and stick to a schedule of how I stream, 1 hour for each stream for this beginning portion of streaming. So I'm gonna have to call it here. I'm sorry if you joined in late and everything, but thank you for watching, and I will see you either later tonight, potentially, depending upon what I'm doing, if I don't have anything planned for tomorrow, or I'll see you tomorrow around 5 to 6-ish, potentially 7, depending upon, again, what I have going on tomorrow. And thank you, Overpower. You're very great. Best viewer I've had, because you're the only viewer I've had. Oh my god. So, but yeah, I'm going to call the stream there. Thank you for watching, and